following program is sponsored by Michael W. Smith. The views expressed on the following program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership.
America, Phoenix. Welcome to HardcoreChristianity.com. Brother Mike back on the radio. Today's Bible study, Mega Church Adultery. Here we go again. Hey, will you call somebody and tell them the radio program's on? Man, I got another barn burner for you today. This one you're not going to believe. Time for announcements. This is Brother Mike. I'm the professional counselor at the Arizona Deliverance Center in Central Phoenix. We're on 15th Avenue, just south of Osborne Road, in the heart of Maricopa County, Arizona. If you go to the website, you'll see all of our ministry services. We have 2 live services every week, Thursdays and Friday nights at 7 o'clock. We never closed down for COVID. We've been open through the whole thing from starting in February. We never shut down anything. Never shut down any of my counseling appointments at all. And God has been enormously gracious to us. If you go to the website, you can sign up for our next free seminar. You can sign up for the women's seminar on September 19th. That's going to be a barn burner. On the website, you can also hit the PayPal button and send us another donation, which you've been doing for the last 18 years. I've expanded my radio ministry on the internet, darkskyradio.com. I am now on 7 days a week at 9 p.m. Arizona time and at 10:30 Arizona time and at 10:45 Arizona time. I have 3 radio shows a day, 7 days a week on the internet. Love all my friends at darkskyradio.com. Particularly love my friends at KXXT Christian Radio. Thank you for 18 fantastic years. May God bless you. Mega Church Adultery. Wow, here we go again. As you know, I do a radio program every time one of these mega church pastors falls apart. And then I explain why they fell apart. I've counseled megachurch pastors before. Pastors, ministers, missionaries, lay ministers. I mean, you name it, they've been in my office. And I explain how it works, why it works, and what happens to these poor people. It's happened again, only this time it's happened to the same guy again. I already did a radio show on this guy. John Gray, megachurch pastor at Relentless Church in Greenville, South Carolina. Okay, here's the article. It says, quote, megachurch pastor John Gray announced that he has submitted to a process of restoration that will sometimes take him away from his church in the wake of the new allegations of infidelity, some of which he admits are true. Here's his statement. Last Sunday, he made a statement to his church again. He'd already gotten caught before. Now he's gotten caught again. He said, quote, I'm sorry for the areas of my life that I left unattended, that I was apathetic about, the areas where I have treated the calling of God, the grace of God, and the hand of God casually in my life. For every area of behavior that has dishonored the holiness of God, I want to tell you that I'm sorry. There have been a number of things and blogs, and some of them accurate, some of them not, but all of it my responsibility. The embattled leader of the Relentless Church in Greenville, South Carolina, said last Sunday at his service, quote, I apologize for putting the name of God in harm's way. I alone take the responsibility for the actions that harmed and injured God's sheep. No matter how many pseudo-excuses one can hurl in a moment like this, for the purposes of self-preservation, all of them ring hollow when all that is truly needed is the truth. Well, I sure agree with that, and that's why I'm doing this radio program 5 days a week, multiple times during the day. That's why I do this radio program, to get the truth out to people and explain these mad dog radio ministers, TV preachers, and these megachurch pastors. I feel so sorry for so many of them because they don't understand what's wrong with them, and they're always going to repeat their offense. This guy is a repeat offender, okay? As I've explained in numerous radio programs over the years, I've been doing this for 18 years now. I've gone over dozens of ministers, TV preachers, megachurch pastors, you name it, who have collapsed and fallen and done exactly what this guy said he did. He put God's name in harm's way. He hurt God's sheep. And this is why I've explained numerous times that none of these people should be put back in the pulpit ever until they have gone through deliverance and removed the root cause of sin of lust. The sin of lust, is the root cause, is caused by rejection spirits and lust demons. Rejection spirits and lust demons. They cause almost every case. The article goes on. Here it is. Quote, Gray's address comes after his lawyers said a week ago that he was being blackmailed and extorted after he was accused of engaging in another inappropriate relationship. The latest allegation against Gray came from a 48-year-old Houston woman identifying herself as Mary during an interview with online personality Tasha K. And, of course, it was broadcast on, you know where, YouTube. Absolutely. All my teachings are on YouTube. You can go to them. I've got hundreds of them on there. YouTube.com/House of Healing AZ. You'll find Brother Mike there. Pastor Rick's stuff's on there. Preacher Peter's stuff's on there. And now, of course, this stuff's on there. Wow, unbelievable. Quote, the Houston woman said during her interactions with Gray that she sent him partially nude photos at his request, and he video chatted with her for a while and then took his pants off and revealed his underwear, presumably to give her an idea of what kind of package he had, of course. Quote, she claimed that he also met with her in Houston and invited her to visit his home, and she declined because she felt that he may have wanted to sleep with her. But no kidding. I wonder what was the first red flag there. This lady is extremely intelligent. She's a deep thinker. Quote, Gray did not specifically address any of the allegations against him, but explained that he'd been in therapy for himself as well as in marriage therapy with his wife for a while, but those efforts were insufficient in helping him to become the pastor, father, and husband he aspires to be. He said after being confronted by godly friends and leaders, he will now submit to a process that he's never endured before for an indefinite period of time. Alrighty then, listen, this is not going to work. He's not going to be cured. There is no way to fix these TV preachers and these megachurch pastors unless they go through deliverance. And I don't mean deliverance like light, like cleansing stream or sozo or something like that. I'm talking about actually getting the rejection and the lust demons out of these ministers. And sometimes it's a vicious battle, and sometimes it's an ugly process. I've been doing it for years. I've seen literally thousands of ministers delivered from demon. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm an expert in this field. They're putting him through rehabilitation. It is not going to work. It is not going to work. He needs to come to the Arizona Deliverance Center in Phoenix and be delivered of demons. That is the only thing that's going to save him. But this guy should never be allowed to go back into the pulpit. And instead of reading the rest of the article to you, I'm just kind of, if you don't mind, I'll summarize it a bit. This guy didn't want to leave the pulpit the last time, and he explains that he was scared because he thought maybe the donations would go down. And they get huge donations at this church, but as you know, they've also got huge expenses. So he didn't want to be out of the church because he was afraid the church would financially collapse. Alrighty then. But now, after these allegations came out and he was caught doing it again, and of course they always do it again. Why? Because lust demons give you powerful urges that are not your own, and they push on you from the inside, and the person yields to it emotionally and mentally, and then they act on it, and so then they become a serial adulterer. They become a serial adulterer. This pastor is a serial adulterer. And he doesn't understand why he is. This is the horror of this thing. Okay? He never submitted to anybody. The last time he got caught, I did a radio show on it, I think it was a year and a half ago. And he embarrassed his wife again. He embarrassed his kids again. His wife ratted on him the first time when he got caught. This time he got the people that he was fooling around with, they're going to threaten him to embezzle, blackmailing him and threaten, they want some of that giant megachurch money is what it amounts to, which is kind of normal. But what is also abnormal is the fact that the churches in America do not believe in deliverance, and because of that, all these ministers, and believe me, there are thousands of them. Take a look at the Catholic Church. The priests, there's so many pervert priests and bishops in that system. It's absolutely staggering, and it's been that way for hundreds of years. It's never let up a bit. The reason it all happens is, as I explained, that rejection demons get into the person when they're young. The rejection demons later let in lust demons, and the people start lusting for things. They start developing bad habits and addictions. Food, sex, medications, drugs, alcohol, gambling. Demons promote addictions, and they push the person to do things that they don't want to do. This guy, John Gray, had already been to see T.D. Jakes. T.D. Jakes, who's also loaded with demons, is praying for this guy, and of course it's not going to work. Prayer alone does not work in these kinds of cases. Prayer is not deliverance. 1/3 of Jesus' healings in the Bible were from deliverances, casting demons out of people, and the people were significantly manifesting. They were significantly manifesting. Last time the guy got caught, he made it up to his wife by buying her a $200,000 Lamborghini Urus. Can you imagine that? Yeah, you'll overlook something if somebody gets you that kind of a car. But the devil has come back to roost. Listen to me carefully. If you have lust demons and you know you have them, but nobody else knows you have them, come for confidential counseling and deliverance. 602-636-5800. God wants you well.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership. This program was sponsored by Michael W. Smith.